People often find it hard to talk about death, especially their own, because talking about or even thinking about it is unpleasant, especially so if you're in good health. Yet, as the old saying goes, nothing is certain in life but death and taxes. Now, if death is certain in life, so are the costs associated with it. If you've ever attended a funeral, you'll quickly realize that final expenses are very real. A simple burial and service at the cemetery will cost on average about $12,000 in Ontario. Even the most basic cremation with the plot will cost you north of $5,000. Final expense insurance is one of the most procrastinated things you'll ever buy. It's extremely easy to put it off for tomorrow. After all, what's the worst that can happen? The worst might actually be worse than you think. Every single day, widowers and children are stuck paying for funeral costs because the deceased waited until the very end, until it was too late. It gets harder and harder to get this type of insurance as you get older, especially if you are a retiree who lives on a fixed income. But the consequence of not being prepared is that your loved ones are often left feeling embittered and even resentful when they find out that there was nothing and that you didn't care for them enough to leave that burden behind. They now have to dig into their own savings, or worse, borrow from the bank to pay for your final expenses. If you had to do something similar for someone dear to you, you know that it isn't a pleasant experience. So why don't more people prepare for this? Well, maybe you feel now is not a good time. Maybe you're tight on budget, or you want to consult others in your family first. Maybe you want to wait it out until the world resumes back to the normal living standard. Whatever reasons you may have, I can tell you it's not so much the amount of money you leave behind for your family. It's the thought that counts. Even a small coverage that makes it possible for your loved ones to arrange a simple burial or even a cremation without having to be a burden on them is the last true gift you can give that shapes how they'll remember you by forever.